Hello everybody, welcome back to Spain. We've just come off of a 2-all draw against easy for me to say, Real Valladolid. There you go, I got it out eventually. We actually went behind early on thanks to a rasping effort from De La Fuente, who put it in from about 30 yards off of the back side of the crossbar. It was one of those ones where we got caught on the break, and he decided to take the shot early because he had Peru breathing down the back of his neck, and unfortunately for us, the shot came off. He ended up celebrating a superb goal. Then Berg came into his own. 2 goals from the Swedish superstar brought us ahead. We were 2-1 up, and then in the last couple of minutes, we conceded a sloppy goal to a player by the name of Gombau, who really we shouldn't have allowed the goal to happen, but there you go. It happens. It does happen. We've offered contract extensions to two of our players, Shelvey and Golopo. They might not be superstars yet, but they are definitely important to this team. It looks as though John Joe Shelvey has accepted a new salary of 5,800 a week. 3-year contract for John Joe Shelvey. And Golopo has. Let's have a look. Okay, so we did try to lowball him a little bit. So we're going to have to offer him another contract soon. We offered him 9,630. I think he wanted somewhere in the region of 10 to 11. I think we're going to have to end up giving that to him, given that he's already on 8,700. An increase of £900 a week for a 5-year contract probably wasn't that appealing to him. I can completely understand that, so we'll definitely offer him a better contract after the fact. The wage budget has gone up surprisingly to £10,000, so it looks like we might actually have a little bit of luck in tying most of our players to new contracts. However, that being said, I'm not entirely sure that all of them are going to agree to cut price deals. We might end up having to give them the money they ask for. Today, you are joining us for an absolute gubbing against Real Madrid, although to be fair, given what's been happening with them recently, and we can have a look at what was their last match. They actually did beat Real Sociedad 1-0 away from home in their last match, so they are starting to sow the seeds of recovery, but they are still in 14th place and we are in 7th. So on form, you would say that we should probably be favourites for this match. I'm not sure that that's the kind of pressure I want to be putting the players under, but a lot would say that we are the favourites. Let's have a look at who we're going to be playing today. We have a full bill of health for everybody in the squad. I played Lirola at right back in that last match, and he actually played very, very well, so he's going to be getting a bit more game time. Not today, though, because Arbia, it looks like he's having an absolute brilliant day of training. He's going to be playing for us, as are Bonaventura and Shibazaki in the centre of the pitch. Shelvey will probably feature later on, just as a little way of saying thank you for extending his terms. Bonaventura still not fitting in with the squad as well. Oh yeah, pardon me. Still not fitting in with the squad as well as I would like, but I think that give him a few more weeks with the team playing, and hopefully the heat map will show a little bit of an improvement. No need to make any other real changes. I'm tempted with Momo to give Morales a start, because as good as Momo's stats look and as decent of an all-rounder as he is, I just feel like he doesn't really give us enough. Now that I've said that, you all of course realise that what will happen now is he will score for us in this game and have an absolute worldie of a game. But let's see how many we can get gubbed by today by Real Madrid. I am just hoping, frankly, that we can come away with something. If we walk away with a point, I will be over the moon. So here we are back at the Santiago Bernabeu, where we belong, playing in the big stadiums against the big boys. And what a team Real Madrid have. Raheem Sterling in the starting lineup, as is Reece Nelson. Asensio's still there. They've got some very good players. Meanwhile, we have some okay players. I'm not going to say we don't have good players, but when you compare them to the likes of Real Madrid's lineup, it's a little bit chalk and cheese, isn't it, really? Interesting and uncontested header there in the centre of the park. Through ball for Berg. Early chance here for Deportivo, and he's just dispossessed very easily. Oh dear. And they get this ball up the pitch in fluid motions, they really do. Peru's going to have to go out of position just to cover the right back role here. Thankfully, Arbia, being a centre back himself, is more than happy to cut inside and take up the space that's vacated by his teammate. Over the top for Mallejo, plenty of space. And looking at the radar, oh dear, Momo. Oh dear, oh dear. Header! And it's clawed away at the near post. That's a combination of Mallejo not being particularly the best passer in the world, but frankly, I think if Momo had continued a straight run, he would have got onto that. So I'm going to blame that on Momo. Arbia with the corner. He's going to whip one in on his right foot here. Shibazaki. He nearly had one there. And it's shanked out of play by the Real Madrid left back. And Deportivo, despite my early misgivings, I think we're having the best of it here. Overcommitting bodies a little bit too much though. That could be an issue for us. We could get a little bit overconfident and they could hit us on the break. That is a definite possibility here. Through to Momo. Was he offside? No, he wasn't. Cut into the middle. Berg. Oh, he's just flirting with the idea of scoring. I should have mentioned in that last 2-2 game, the opening goal for Berg was a headed effort. It was a cutback on the left foot of Mallejo, who crossed it into the box, and Berg headed it in on the second time of asking, having headed it first time off the back of a defender. It looped into the air, and he placed the second header very nicely and neatly into the top corner where the goalkeeper couldn't get to it. Here's Reece Nelson into Nino, Raheem Sterling, Asensio. Shot from distance amounts to nothing in the end. Dani Jimenez perfectly happy to watch that sail by his right hand post. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not entirely sure that this is the best Real Madrid side that we've ever seen. Despite the fact that they have some very good players in their ranks, they're just not really doing anything, are they? Bonaventura, ooh, hello. Hello, rude boy. He fancied a crack from distance and he wasn't far away from making it count. Mercier down the right hand side, won by Galoppo, but it goes out, and strangely enough actually goes out for a Deportivo throw. I thought that we got the last touch on that, but apparently not. It is Berg near post, gets on the ball, plays it back to Bonaventura, cross into the box, Mallejo underneath, Momo takes a deflection. Asensio's going to pick it up and have to deal with it here with Shibazaki in attendance. Plays it across the back. That's a bit of a dodgy pass with Berg in such short order there. And eventually Madrid do manage to defuse the danger. Or do they? Because they've played it back to their back line. It allows us to push onto them again. This really is a very un-Real Madrid-like performance from the men in the white kits today. Oof, goalkeeper does well to palm it away there. Perhaps I spoke a little bit too soon. Ah, they've turned it on now. Here's Shibazaki. Reverse ball from Alejo, very nearly worked out for them. Now Mendy playing at left back, brings the ball forward. Senzio over to Nelson, good stretch of play out to the right now. Mercier just not having any luck down this right hand side though. Momo chases it, wins the ball off of Mercier. I did tempt fate by talking shit about him. Berg, he just heads over the bar. He does not want to score with his head today. Of course, we have someone on the bench who is more than capable of scoring headed chances, at least in theory. It might not be terribly long, given the number of headed chances that we've managed to develop before we see him on the pitch. Mercier on the right hand side, he's been marked out as a weak link and you can see why there. Oh, it's a good ball over the top. Raheem Sterling's in with a chance here and he's put it in the back of the net. And in 43 minutes, Real Madrid have failed to impress at all. And then in one moment, they've managed to turn it around. And Raheem Sterling has put them ahead here. The Depor players absolutely gutted to concede a goal like that after nearly dominating the entire first half. There's a yell for offside here, you know. Well, that's just very, very good finishing by the English centre-forward. Can't take anything away from him. Depor are going to be desperately disappointed to have played so well in this first half and to come away with nothing from it. But this is what marks the best teams out from the rest of the pack. They're able to make something out of nothing. Deportivo are going to come in at half-time quite undeservedly, losing 1-0 here. Stats tell you everything you need to know. Depor have had more chances than Real Madrid, but have failed to put a single one of them on target. They're going to have to do better in this second half if they want anything out of this. Mercier again. Is he going to play better in this second half? No, not yet. So far, same old Mercier. Unfortunately, a lot of our players seem to have picked up that particular ailment themselves. That's a good charge down of the ball. And Momo's coming away with it here. Here's Berg. He's through on goal. Only the goalkeeper to beat. Can he do it? Yes, he can. It's 1-1. Deportivo's star striker has struck again. And it's no more than this team deserve on the balance of play. The crowd go absolutely silent, as you would expect, such a large stadium. Look at the strength of Berg to beat his man here. Once he was one-on-one with the goalkeeper, you'd be hard-pressed to find anyone that wouldn't at least expect him to get it on target. But that was really set off by that through ball deep in their own half. We've had 2 moments of counter-attacking football that have set this game on fire. Certainly more so than the dancing that resulted from the celebration of the goal. Here's Mercier. Can he do better this time out? Not really. Shot. Oh, and it's just gone wide. And I thought for a second that Nino was going to play us a really nasty trick there and score with a very cheap effort. Fortunately for us, it goes wide, and it is a goal kick which will be taken by Dani Jimenez. Deportivo get the game underway again, playing this short style of passing football that their fans have grown to expect from the manager. Shibazaki loses possession there as a runner through the centre. Galoppo's gone with him. It's a brilliant piece of reading of the play there by the defensive midfielder. Bonaventura now. That wasn't the ball that he was looking for. I rather think he was aiming for the man out wide on the left, who now has possession of the ball. Rene. Bonaventura cuts inside and finds Victor Malejo just about, who then immediately loses the ball, unfortunately. Just the pace on the ball meant he had to just hold his position for just a second longer than he wanted to. And the defending player managed to take advantage of his immobility. There's a through ball to Raheem Sterling. He's already got 1 goal under his belt today. Can he find another? Well, not this time. Galoppo's done a brilliant job of intercepting there. Mendy knocked off the ball by Malejo. Over the top for Berg. Can't get to it, but Malejo does. Unfortunately, he can't control it well enough, and it ends up back in possession with Real Madrid. I have to say, Mercier has really been a liability for Real Madrid on their right-hand side today. Oof, nearly. Not the pass we wanted, but it was the pass we ended up with. Oh dear. Some really shoddy passing going on in the front lines of Deportivo's team here now. They're going to have to play better than this if they want to get a second goal. You know, I gave Momo a lot of shit in the build-up to this match, but he's done all right. Oh dear, oh dear. Let's give it back to the goalkeeper, punt it up the pitch. Or do we? No, we don't. We like to play out from the back here at Deportivo. It's how we play the game. Unfortunately, it means that we end up giving away possession an awful lot. There's Asensio. Peru is just beaten by the man. That's good from Bonaventura. Over the top for Malejo. And he's going to sprint away. Oh, taken out by the man. And that's going to be a free kick to Depor in a dangerous position. Militao is given a yellow card for his troubles. Been exposed down that left-hand side by the young Spanish forward. And it's going to be a free kick in a dangerous position. Looks like Depor are going to make a few changes before this free kick is taken. Vincent Le Goff. Or is it Victor Le Goff? I don't know. He's Le Goff. He comes on for Rene. Bonaventura is going to be replaced by John Joe Shelby, is it? Or could it be Yarmolenko? No, we'll keep the tackling ability, I think. And Barrero is going to be given a chance up front instead of Berg, who has already scored a goal. You can see Rene is now wearing the magic white gloves that denote his transformation into a magician. Javi Montero on the ball here. Don't think he's going to take a shot. It would be very cheeky if he did. Suppose he could take one, but no, I think we're going to try whipping it in instead. And Manu Barrero gets his head to it, but unfortunately he's a little bit too far out. He's not quite warmed up yet. Wasn't massively far away. He's in the right postcode. At least it went out for a goal kick. And at least he got his head to it. That's the main thing. And that's it. That was the final action of the game. And in a result which I'm very, very happy about, if it wasn't for the fact that we conceded such a gut punch of the first goal. It's Real Madrid 1, Deportivo La Coruna 1. Let's see how that affects the table here. No doubt about it, we were the better team. Well, actually, it felt like we were the better team, but Real Madrid with more possession, more passes. Less shots though, so I don't know. We'll say it's a draw. I mean, the score's a draw. We might as well just say that the game was a draw all told. So, rest of the results from today's games. Real Madrid 1, Deportivo 1, we have just watched. Leganes continuing their fantastic form with a 1-0 win over Real Valladolid. Sevilla beating Malaga, Girona and Real Betis drawing 0-0, and Getafe and Real Sociedad being held to a 2-2 draw. Let's have a look in this second. Oh dear, FC Barcelona, what are you doing? I don't know if Messi's even playing for you anymore, because it was Barcelona 0, Athletic Club 3. Fortunately, Atletico Madrid holding up the big club banner with a 2-0 win over Racing Santander, meaning that they should still be near the top of the table. In fact, they are top of the league now. Atletico Madrid are really pushing themselves towards a league title, where Barcelona and Real Madrid are apparently nonplussed about the whole concept. Deportivo in 7th place, a non-mover, 11 points now from 6 games. Pretty decent form, it has to be said. We were trying to get 13th or higher, and I think on the balance of what we've seen so far this season, it's very much a possibility. Bottom 3 teams so far: Valencia, which is quite a surprise, Eibar and Girona. Girona only with 1 point from the games played so far and a goal difference of -9. So they are absolutely shipping goals. Right, I'm going to get on with offering some contracts to some players. When we return next time, it will be for Copa del Rey action. Until then, take care of yourselves. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.